Good morning, my friends. Welcome to this episode of Healing Your Codependency. I'm Marshall Bircher, and I'm your guide in helping you stop fixing yourself, start loving yourself, while creating a life of peace and enjoyment that you seek in your world. So today we're going to be talking about a Bluntcake topic. So heads up, it's a Bluntcake episode. That means some of the information that I'll be sharing can be confronting, it can be activating, it is designed to help you turn inward and look at your own experience, your own work, how you're relating with yourself and with your healing and with others. So these episodes are designed to help you self-check about your own work and your own journey. So make sure you check in with your capacity to see if you have capacity for confronting information and doing a little self-analysis. And if you don't, please watch this at a later time when you do. That allows you to have the ability to empower yourself with emotional responsibility and with management of your capacity. So before we jump into that, I'm going to get this shared out real quick because today's topic, real healing versus transactional healing. And that can be confronting because a lot of times we get into healing in hopes of getting something in return. And when that does not work out, there's a lot of pain that shows up that way. So, all right. Now, share it out with the community. If you're looking for a community where you can find additional support, tools, and guidance in your healing journey, come join us in the Heal Yourself and the Heal Your Codependency community here on Facebook. The link is above on Facebook, below on YouTube, and on my front page if you're listening via podcast. If you're listening via YouTube or watching via YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit the bell. Thank you guys. We're almost to 6,000 subs. That's really exciting. And thank you guys that are listening via podcast as well. So we're doing really, really well there. I'm apparently in the top 2.5% of all podcasts. I don't know how that happened. All right. Let's jump in here. So, are you healing in order to get something in return? Are you doing the healing work so something else will happen? So basically, it's this idea of, okay, I'm going to go heal so I can get the relationship I want, or so I can get the money I want, or the success I want. Am I feeling my feelings so I won't feel them anymore? I'll find some escape from them. These are forms of what I call transactional healing. We're doing the work to get something in return. Excuse me there. What this does to us is it's a false motivator for our healing. It's actually a form of escape from our pain and from our lived reality. See, we often get into therapy, we get into this work in hopes of escaping the thing we're dealing with and getting to something better. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's not a bad motivator, but it's not a constructive motivator for real healing. The reason why is in transactional healing, if I do the healing step, the healing tool, the healing thing, and I don't get what I expect I'm supposed to get with that action, then I come back against myself. I judge my emotions. I judge my pain. I judge myself. I judge others. I become angry, frustrated, maybe even resentful towards the entire process. And that makes the healing work that much more difficult. It traps us in a loop of, I'm never going to escape. I don't get away from this. There isn't anything that can help me. We can believe that we're helpless in our pain because we're supposed to be at place or point B, and I'm still stuck over here at point A. These darn feelings, these darn pains. Yeah, we get angry with what we feel. We become adversarial towards our own trauma, our own grief, our own sadness, our own hurt. And that complicates our healing journey. So I wasn't kidding. This is a Bluntcake episode. We're going right for it. The reason I'm really outspoken on this and really direct in this experience is from my own personal experience. I spent from 2003 to 2014, 2013 trying to heal so I could get something else. And my life imploded. Marriage ended. I ended my career, finances went out the window, lost 2 businesses with this approach, because in reality, I was running. I was running from my pain. I was running from my shame. I was running from my trauma. I was running from me. I was trying to get to some idyllic outcome, some new or different reality, instead of being connected with myself. Instead of coming to understand and value and care about what I have been through, what I am feeling, what I am sensing, what I have gained, what I have lost in this experience. See, a lot of times with our healing work, we're trying to get in there to escape rather than get in there to understand and to care. And that, I'm going to put it this way. It's actually one of the phases of healing. I'm going to heal so I can get something better. That's that transactional stage. And then we're going to hit these walls, these experiences of like things aren't changing. Why does this keep coming back up? Isn't it supposed to be gone forever? Why am I not getting the traction I want? Why am I not getting the things I want? That's because we're not properly oriented towards, 1, the things we want, and 2, our own real healing. See, real healing doesn't have an objective. It doesn't have a destination. Real healing is really about a presence of warmth and reception of all that is, just as it is. It's not bringing in the shame in hopes to become shameless. It's not bringing in the grief in hopes that it will no longer grieve. It's bringing it in because it cares about the grief. It cares about the shame. It cares about the joy. It cares about the sadness or the anger or the boredom or the peace. Everything becomes welcomed as valuable and important and precious just because it is there. One of the weirdest moments of my journey has been treating my pain, my grief, even the traumatic responses I feel in my body to things I encounter from a place of preciousness, of warmth, of care and concern. It's like, yep, that's here. I love you. I care about you. And I will be present with you. There's no trying to make it different. There's no trying to fix it. There's no trying to heal it. There's this just embrace that's unconditional. And, there's parts of me that are like, we gotta fix this. I don't like this. I hate this thing. They get to be embraced too. They get to be met with warmth and love and being precious as well. Because they're just expressions of the part of me that is hurting because they're hurt. Because they're tired. They're eager for something else. Those matter too. See, real healing doesn't have an agenda. It doesn't have a destination. It only has one purpose, and that's I love you. You are welcome here. And when we approach our emotions and our lived reality, our experiences, our traumas, our reactions within our mind and our body, with that kind of warmth, that's where we actually experience real healing. Because real healing is the manifestation of, wow, this no longer inhibits me from loving me. That's the cool part. I can love me in everything that shows up. It doesn't have to get me to the big healthy relationship. It doesn't have to create the wealth or the success or the transformation. I just get to embrace it as it is. Because I am worth that. I don't need the success. I don't need the relationship. I don't need these outcomes to make me lovable. I have intrinsic value. It is my claim that you have that same value too. And it is up to you to discover that for yourself. But that is my claim, my belief, and my experience. So I bring that in because my pain's part of me. All of it is. So a deep love, deep warmth, a deep appreciation. Hey, pain, thank you for being here, for helping me understand what this meant to me, helping me understand what I want more of and less of, for helping me deepen my awareness of me and my depths and my unknownness becoming known. Now, I gotta say, this did not come easily for me. I fought this for a very, very long time. And sometimes I still fight it. Sometimes I'm like, why? I want this instead, and I want this. And that's a place of anguish and of frustration that gets met with warmth too. That gets met with care, like, yeah, I want that too. And let's be angry that it's not here. Let's be frustrated that it's here. Let's grieve that it's not here. Let's be sad that it's not here right now. Care for it. Always bringing in care. Bringing in kindness. Bringing in an angle of positive intent behind the things that we feel and that we sense. That it's there to help move us forward in some way. But that's not really what needs to happen sometimes. It's just the moving forward is I love you. It's really, really easy to get into the transactional component, right? Well, it's going to move us down the road. But that's not the work. The work is it's here and we care for it. And then we discover where it takes us. And that's the other key in real healing. We don't know where it's going to go. We have an idea of where we'd want to go, right? But we don't know where it's going to go. And we practice curiosity and an availability, an openness to where it directs us. That's a primary component of all my teachings, is curiosity and openness, so that we can receive our path, receive the wisdom of our living experience, and use it to guide us. Because it will point us down the road towards bigger and deeper things for us. I don't know what they'll be for you. That's taken me in places I didn't think I would go, much less know they even existed, like doing this work, being a practitioner, facilitator, much less feeling really at peace and in a general abiding safety and well-being. I didn't think that would be a reality, especially being, doing this kind of stuff, being in publicly seen frequently. See, once I gave up trying to get somewhere in my healing, to make it produce a particular outcome, I was able to receive what it was teaching me and allow me to grow more into me. So I check the chat here. So Pam shares, real healing doesn't have an agenda. Great point. Thank you for this blunt point I needed to hear. And I also hold space and care for you there, Pam, because I know you're wrestling with some big pain and grief and challenges there. Because we wrestle against the really deep stuff. We can resist and fight back against the deep pain, or the true emotional somatic experience of accepting what we're feeling and what we have been through and how it is fundamentally different than what we wanted. Things are really changing. We become very sober to reality, and emotionally that there's like these climax points where we have to let it happen, because it kind of ends or breaks the cycle. It's like we're done, that the attachment is separated, the emotional enmeshment is ended, or the emotional bond has found its conclusion. That can have a really sharp emotional inflection, and then we care for it. Because that's where I found my biggest liberations, is leaning deep into that really intense point of reality and point of emotional climax, and it's done. That may not be the same for you, though. Everyone has their own tapestry emotionally, so we follow that. We respect and value that. Melanie shares, I'm very much right. I'm very much here right now, resisting feeling the emotions. Yeah. So now what we do is we embrace the resistance to feeling the emotions. Of course I don't want to feel them. They're painful. They're scary. They mean change. They mean the experience of having let go of a thing, maybe, or fully accepting a thing, or moving into a deep sense of feeling the thing, just being in the sensations of it. So let's accept that resistance. Let's care for it. Let's allow it to be real and valid too. That's the warmth. That's the care. That's real healing. Real healing doesn't have a time frame. It doesn't care about time. It cares about you. Real healing isn't oriented towards getting anything. It cares about you, not out on an objective. Because from the premise of real healing, it sees you as whole, sees you as worthy, it sees you as fully lovable. It's an expression of what I call the indomitable worth that we each have. And it's more interested in you being nurtured and cared where you are at right now. That's it. That's today's Bluntcake episode. So, a little review. Transactional healing shows up as I'm healing so I can get a thing. And then the symptoms of being in it, I'm frustrated with my healing, it's not working what I want. Why do I have to keep dealing with this? Why does this keep showing up? These are really the three common signals of I'm in a transactional relationship with my healing. Real healing is warmth, warmth, warmth. Reception, reception, reception. Bringing it in and allowing it to be. Allowing it to take up space. That is our work. Okay. As a heads up, my friends, we're a month out from the next workshop. So the 8 factors that heal codependency completely, or heal codependency permanently workshop starts April 26th, so about 4 or 5 weeks from now. Link is above on Facebook, below on YouTube, front page of my website if you're listening via podcast. Got that coming up. And then we have, there's a big transition going on in my work. I'm moving from just offering coursework to membership. And so the first week of April, you'll have your final opportunity to enroll in my courses without having to enroll in a membership to get access to that. To get access to those trainings, tools, and support there. So watch out for that because that's coming. Otherwise, my friends, go gently with yourselves in this work. Bring it all in because it is all worthy of love. It is all worthy of care. It's all worthy of being received. Go gently with yourselves, and I will see you guys in our next episode.